Hello, hello, beautiful soul. How are you doing today? Today is what they call Blue Monday. I hope that you're not blue, but for many people who are entrepreneurs or people who are employed and kind of dependent on a paycheck, this is like the time in the month of January where people are kind of scraping to get by for money in some cases. And so some people are starting to feel blue. The hype of the holidays has died down and real life has set in. But I do sincerely hope that you are still optimistic and moving forward with gusto toward your dreams and your goals. But today, if that is not the case, or if you just need a little extra boost, I'm going to share with you some insights on why you, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a healer or a coach, why you really need to focus on building your brand platform and growing an audience. This is so crucial if you want to have an additional source of income and if you just want to increase your income. Now, I know that you are sitting on a mountain of potential. I know this because I've been in that position. I'm currently in that position. We all have so much potential inside of us, and we're only using a fraction of it. And if you're in business, unless you are supported by a big, huge team and hundreds of thousands or $1 million to really get your work out there, then you are sitting on potential that is probably not even reaching the people that it could. And so what I want you to think about is not how crazy or sad or anxious that makes you. Let's take that energy and focus it in a positive direction. Now, why is this important? Because with all the potential you have inside of you to help people, to transform lives, it ain't doing nobody no good if that is stuck inside of you. If nobody knows who you are, if nobody can find you on the web or elsewhere, then that means nobody can buy from you. No one can hire you. And that means your audience, the people who are out there waiting for your brilliance to reach them, they're suffering. They're not getting what they need. Now, I know so many of you have tried. You've contacted me for feedback on your website or your branding materials. And sometimes I'm shaking my head because I know what it's like. You hire someone to build a website and you're hoping that it's just going to solve all your problems, right? Or you go to some networking event and you hand out your business cards or a brochure thinking, oh, this is going to connect me to people. Or you've done what so many of the people in my tribe have done. You've gotten out onto social media and you started posting pretty things or articles or videos on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, and maybe you've even started a YouTube channel. All of that is excellent if there are two things. One, are the materials that you've created fully communicating your brilliance? And by that, I mean who you are, what you stand for, the problems that you solve. I know you have this power to solve problems, to heal and to transform and to motivate. But do the materials that you've shared on social media or in your business card and brochure or on that website, are they clearly communicating your unique brilliance, the services and solutions that you can provide? Now, the reason I'm saying that you need to build your own platform is because Facebook owns Instagram, and all of the data and all of the people or followers and friends and fans, they belong to those companies. They don't belong to you. And if you're on LinkedIn, guess who owns LinkedIn? Microsoft. Now, yes, you need to be there putting out great content so people can find you, but you can't stop there. And even on YouTube, you might be growing your following there and getting views, but it's Google that owns YouTube. So all of those subscribers and all of that data belongs to those companies, not you. And so I want you to really think about growing a platform, because a platform is this foundation upon which you can really grow and thrive and launch your ideas and messages to the world. A platform is what you need to create a home base for your own audience. And so I want to just review with you something that has been very helpful to the people in my world, and that is an understanding of the 5 stages of ascension that you will go through as you build a sensible, soul-inspired, heart-centered business. I want to simplify the way you go into business. And so these 5 steps have proven to be what has helped me build multi-million-dollar businesses over the years, both for myself and for my clients. And the best way that you can simplify and make sure that you're doing the right things at the right times is to follow these 5 stages, okay? And this is coming from my own expertise. Now, these 5 stages of business ascension start off with the call to vision. This is where you get that calling, that vision, which forms the blueprint for what you're going to create. In the position stage, which is where most of you are, this is where you're creating that brand platform, which describes who you are. And only then do you move to the presentation stage, where you're showing the world what you can do. And then the promotion stage, where you're trying to leverage the media. And in the final stage, which we call expansion, that is when you're asking for people to travel anywhere around the world to you. That's when you go fully global. Now, out of these 5 stages, there are specific elements that you need to have in place along each of them. And you don't want to move to the next until you've firmly gotten what you need done. Now, in the position stage, which is what I want to talk to you about today, this is where we define your brand. A brand it's who people think you are. It's what you represent to them in their mind. It's the image of you. And when we look at your brand identity, that's what people need to be really clued in on. You need to have a style book with the colors and the imagery that corresponds to you. The brand encyclopedia is how you describe yourself. Your niche is the audience that you are uniquely poised to serve. You need core content, a blog or a vlog that really expands on your wisdom. And then you ultimately need to have what we call lead magnets on that website, which is cohesive in the style. Lead magnets are where we're going to be focusing a lot of energy over the next couple of sessions, because so many people out there are frustrated because they realize they need to get to a certain level of subscribers in their email database to actually engage with, to have a conversation, to really get a sense of what are you providing, and is your listening public, your audience, are they really tuned into those messages? And how do you promote your good work to them when the time is ready, when you have that book, when you have that next workshop or retreat? And so lead magnets are these things that attract people to give up their email address in exchange for something valuable from you. And so all of these elements are critical during the position stage. If you don't have these things in place, then you have no business trying to hire someone to make a website or a logo or brochures. You really have to have your identity clearly defined. And that means you'll be able to communicate who you are, what you do, and what you stand for. Does that make sense? Are you getting a sense of why that's important? Like, we need to know, what is your unique selling point? What are the unique gifts and talents you have? What about your strengths and your personality? It needs to come across in those branded elements across all of your social media profiles. And most importantly, where people are falling short today is they don't have a value proposition. And the value proposition is, what are you giving people in exchange for their time or their money? Now, I use the RSVP method within my brand mentoring and our branding bootcamp. And the RSVP is going to help you identify your value proposition. It's the results you provide, the success you create, the value that you deliver, and it's the proposition or the promise that you, as a health provider or a coach or a consultant or a healer, it's that which you propose to them. So these are the essential ingredients for having a strong brand presence. So we need a defined niche or your target audience, your value proposition. We need a compelling slogan or tagline. We need an engaging photo. We need to see your beautiful face. And we need a cohesive graphic style so we get a sense for who you are. So I'd like to invite you to join me for the Authentic Personal Branding Bootcamp. The Personal Branding Bootcamp is a 10-day program where I am able to coach you and provide resources for you that will help you go through each of these aspects that we've just talked about. So that means that you'll finally have the support that you need to find out, does your brand message make sense at all or not? Does the color palette that you've chosen make sense or not? Is the way that you're describing the promise to people, does that make sense or not? So I want to invite you to join us. We are doing a 10-day Kickstart that is February 1st through the 10th. So February 1st through the 10th, you can join me for bootcamp. Oh, I've disappeared on you. So during this boot camp, what we're going to do is we're going to be able to show you exactly how to create your brand identity. All of the elements that you're going to need to share with a graphic designer or to create your own graphics on Canva or Photoshop. Now, during the Kickstart, there's 10 days of video content in our membership community. You get lifetime access to it. But I invite you to go through this during the 10 days so you force yourself to get it done. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just going to work through these videos and worksheets, and then you have my help along with our supportive community. And we've got hundreds of people who've already been through this process, and they have access, so they might be joining you. We have 3 live Q&A sessions where I will be there to put you on the hot seat or give you feedback or answer your questions about the stuff that you're trying to do. And if you'd like to get a sense for, is this boot camp right for you? Hopefully you've gotten a taste of it by seeing a few of the slides that I'll take you through. But on January 29th, I'm going to give you a live taster, a sample session where we will go through some of the content in this branding bootcamp. I really want you to focus on creating your own branded platform so that you can attract an audience, the audience that you will eventually interact with via email, via your live videos, inviting them to attend live webinars or masterclasses or workshops with you, or eventually retreats. It's really critical that you focus on building a relationship. This is not about trying to sell to people right off the bat. You need to develop a relationship with this audience. And the best way for you to do that is to make sure your brand platform is a safe and comfortable landing pad. It's got to be like your home base that attracts the right people to you, where you can start to nurture and grow your relationship with them. All right? So I'd love to see you on January 29th at 6 o'clock Paris time. That is 12 noon for our friends in New York on the East Coast, and 9 a.m. for people in California, 5 in Iceland, and 5 in the UK in the afternoon. And during that session, I'll answer your questions. Totally free. You can get a sense for what the Personal Branding Bootcamp is like. And every month, I go live to give you feedback. So if you've been waiting to hire me as your personal mentor, maybe you're on that waiting list for my academy, or you're just finding out that you really need to get serious about developing your audience and having that secure platform from which you can grow and increase your income and impact, then join me for the Personal Branding Bootcamp. It's going to be always a fun experience. You'll meet some other people who are really doing some fabulous work in the world, which will give you a sense of community for other heart-centered entrepreneurs like you who are really serious about growing a business and having that impact in the world that makes us finally feel fulfilled that our gifts and talents are being recognized and valued for what they can bring to the world. So I look forward to seeing you on January the 29th for this sample session, or go ahead, join the Personal Branding Bootcamp. You can join now for 50% off. I'm giving you a 50% discount if you join before the end of January. Just check for the link that is below this video. I would love to see you there, giving you a 50% discount, which is nothing in terms of what the value that you're going to get out of my live coaching on a monthly basis, along with the video and the worksheets. So I'll see you there. I look forward to joining you and mentoring you and seeing you shine like the star that you are.